Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
Why do you think people run into the trouble of creating their own hours? Is it because they've never had to do it before and now they're moving into this? Or, why do you think that is?
Well, creating their own hours or doing something within the hours they create.
I guess both.
Yeah, so creating their own hours I don't think is a problem per se.
Yeah.
But I do think it's what do I do? When do I do it?
Yeah.
They're chicken, right? They're scared, they're nervous, they're fearful. And it's so funny to me because people, like I've told you before, man, you're so fearless. When you go do a gainer off the roof, people are like, dang, you're fearless. And you're like, no, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Anything
can happen.
Yeah, but I'm going to go do it anyway because I enjoy it and I like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. Or even if you don't enjoy it and you don't like it, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I used to tell the kids, the kids, so the 8th graders knew this joke. So when I would have 150 PE kids out there, day one, I'd get up and I'd say, okay, how many of you know CPR? Right? And so inevitably, 150 kids, you're going to get 7 or so. And they go, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so then I look at the 7th graders, mainly because the 8th graders knew because I do it every year. And I'd say, okay, well, here's the situation. If I go down, you kick me in the face as hard as you can. Because if I wake up and your lips are on my lips, I'm going to kill you. Boy, you get quiet, all the 8th graders are laughing, kidding around. But the 7th graders like, dang, this fool's crazy, right? But the bottom line is that we all, know what we have to do in whatever our professions are. What's most important? Prioritize.
Yeah.
Right? And the bottom line is I don't want to put my mouth on any of those kids' mouth. Now we don't have to do that. But back then, I'm like, I don't want to put my mouth on that kid's mouth if he goes down.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to even pump his heart because I know I'm going to break his rib cage. I'm going to feel bad.
Yeah.
But do you have a choice?
No.
Right. And that's how I try to tell it to my people.
Yeah.
This is the heartbeat of what we do.
Yeah.
We make contacts. We set appointments. We give presentations. And we happily encourage them to move forward.
Right.
Period. End of conversation.
Yeah.
After they move forward, if, like in the insurance business, we didn't have to do much after that. Right? Mm-hmm. And I told them, you call the company. They're going to know more about that stuff than me. If they don't treat you right, then you call me and I'll go to war on your behalf.
Right.
Right? And then we would just, contact them. Hey, how you doing? Just a little bit quick. That's when you can do text or email or whatever. Just keep in touch.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse of a tickler because you already have them. And then, you send them out. I never would send them out something on their birthday. I'd send it out like 10 days in advance.
Yeah.
Happy birthday in 10 days. Well, everybody's sending them something. I want to be different.
Yeah.
Right? Or screw Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right? Which, sorry, honey. But I would send out just because. So I send flowers to my wife, periodically or whatever. And her coworkers will be like, oh, man, is he in the doghouse? Did he get in trouble? She's like, no. Right? Because that's what people think. Well, there has to be this certain reason, a birthday, Valentine's Day. I'm in the doghouse to get flowers. And I'm like, no, I'm going to give him just because.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if you know that that's what you have to do, if you got to put your mouth on that kid or that kid's got to put his mouth on yours, yuck, but it's necessary. If you got to have sacred time to make those phone calls, then that's just what you have to do.
Gotcha. And so you broke down the mornings.
Yeah.
What did, let's say, from then 12 to 3 look like? Let's say, you had a superstar, and they made it from 9 to 12. What about 12 to 3 and then at night 3 to 6?
So either appointments were happening.
Okay.
So a lot of times the appointments maybe would happen the weekends because people weren't working.
Yeah.
Or after 6 or whatever if they couldn't get them at lunch or something.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if they hit their, I don't want to say quota, it's a bad word in my book, but they hit the number of appointments.
Yeah.
And they knew what their ratio was, right? Go take a nap. Right? I mean, now if you're saying that you want this, right? So if you make 90 minutes of phone calls in my business, in the insurance business, yeah, you're gonna have more business. You know what to do. You'll make $1 million.
Yeah.
Right, in a year. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to make $2 million, then do the same thing for that 90 minutes from 3 to 6. Right. But if not, I don't care. Go take a nap. Go take your wife out. Go play with your kid. Go have fun. Because really, this is a business. In my case, life insurance as supplemental retirement plans, right? In my case, it was all about if you had 10 appointments a week. I mean, the amount of people that you would help, and the amount of money that you would make is ridiculous. Because let's say, for every 10 appointments, 8 are going to show. If you do it right. If you do it crappy, like 3, 2, 1. And then of those, for us, the way we did it, it was like almost 80. Yeah, it was 80 to 100%. I mean, if you were crappy, it was like 70. Because it kind of, I've seen people completely screw up the presentation, put the money in the calculator, show it to the client, and they'd go, I want that. Right. So you didn't have to be good at it. But sometimes people are just like, oh, he's trying to push something or something. Like, we ain't trying to push nothing on you. We know it's best for you. If you can't see that, then maybe next year, maybe in 5 months. I don't know, whatever. But, in my business, if you went 10 appointments, so think about it. If you're making calls for 60 minutes, you'd probably get 2 appointments out of it if you were decent. So you didn't have to do anything more.
So then, let's say, for whatever reason, you made the phone calls, no meetings, no presentations. So then what would you do to stay productive, or to do, what is there to do from there?
So, then what we would tell people is do something. Go to somebody's work. You have to get appointments. It's the lifeblood of the business. Right? In the end, life is simple.
Circling door to door.
Which I don't like because you're in a cold market. And really a freezing market if they don't need it. But I'd rather see that than sit there and do nothing, right? But to me, I'm practical and pragmatic. That's not practical and pragmatic to go knock door to door. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'd rather see you do that than sit on your butt and do nothing. So what we would say is if you're just struggling, then go contact a buddy. Say, hey, let's go to lunch, and then go to lunch and tell him I'm gonna talk a little business here, and say, hey, you have this product. I sold this to you, several years ago. You like it? I need some referrals, dude. Like I'm running dry here.
Got it.
And then now you're not into your warm or hot market, but you're into somebody else's hot market, which makes it your warm market, which means the ratios aren't going to be as great, but they're still going to be pretty good. So it only takes one. It's like they call it the zone diet. So you're eating, like you're perfect for, let's say, 3 times, intermittent fasting, we'll say 2 times 7 in a week, so 14 meals. And on the 13th meal, you mess up, you have a bag of Doritos. They say, get right back into the zone, which is the next time you eat. Go eat an apple or whatever's healthy. We used to say the exact same thing, right? We'd be like, get into the zone diet. It only takes one person to get you back going again. So, it didn't happen very often where you fell out. But sometimes when you went sell, and you're like, because you don't prepare for the next ones because you're in the moment of, I got to do presentations, I got to do that, I got to push the business, all that. Then you wake up and you go, oh, crap, I don't have the pipeline filled back with appointments. But that means you just sold a whole bunch before, so the money was still there, the helping a bunch of people was still there, but you didn't have the next one that was happening. So that's where it got a little bit weird. At times.
And then, so for the last question for this time/hours, obviously you were able to get a lot done. Right, you broke it down from probably 6 to 9, 9 to 12, right? So we go on. But so, and obviously you were a superstar, so you were making phone calls, presentations all the time. Going. Just break down the day for us. What did it look like for you when you were in the insurance business?
So you can go look. We got 150, 70, 80. We got a bunch of videos out there. And so I was running what I called the holistic system and the individual system. And then later on, I was creating this company system or sales system or whatever. But I was always an early riser, so I'd get up at 4 or 5, and I would start right with God, and I'd read the Bible. I would, pray. I would do that kind of stuff. And then, I would start to consume correctly, I'd start hydrating, some lemon water, apple cider vinegar water, pound some water and some more water, because I knew I was going to go on my walk and stuff. So I would do all of my spiritual religious, which is part of the holistic system. I do that first.
Yeah.
Then I would do my mindset, board visualization, meditation, whatever. That I have a bunch of things I do there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go on my walk, so I'm going to hydrate first. Yeah. I'm going to do all my warm up, calisthenics that you taught me, and different things of that nature, stretch, all that. I'm going to go do my strength, and then I'm going to go do my cardio. And so by the time all that and I got ready, I've eaten, I've done whatever, which I'm not eating. I'm trying not to eat now, intermittent fasting. I actually kind of like it. Yeah. But, but back in the day, it's 8 o'clock or so, and I'm 100% ready to go, and I've been already up for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Yeah. So now I'm on go.
Right.
So boom, Mondays we'd have our meetings, our gathering. We do that, and then I'm making phone calls, or usually I was handling people's stuff. Hey, can you meet with this guy for me? Can you recruit? Because you get big enough to where you're just now helping everybody else.
Now you're the closing.
Yeah, well, or just helping them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the way that the spreads work. You can make 50 to 100 grand before you ever even got out of bed. Back then was a lot of money. So then you were just helping them, and they would want you to, hey, can I pop in, CEO? And I want you to, meet with, Joe here or Rob, right? Yeah. I'd be like, hey, how you doing, man? Yeah. Are you interested in the business? Let me break it down. I don't know what he said, probably something, but just like today, my guy in Indianapolis, I have an agent there. Yeah. Calls me. He's like, hey, I got this guy. Would you be willing to talk to him? He's very well known. I guess he just got back from Iraq, right? Like, thank you for serving our country, all that. But he's a big wig, and I need for because the little wigs, I don't need to talk to him.
He can do that.
Yeah, he'll do it. Yeah, and he can handle those guys too. He's one of my top guys. Right. But he's able to say, hey, I want you to meet him. Yeah. So that he understands this is no joke. Right. Right. So there's that kind of stuff as you continue to grow and get bigger. Yeah. But if not, I'm not gonna just sit there. Right. All right, I'm gonna make phone calls. Yeah. But then you get, more money, more people. Then now you get people to make phone calls for you. Yeah. Because I just wanted to sit in there and go, okay, boom, boom, boom. Next, boom, boom. Sometimes there were days where I had a presentation every hour on the hour, and it would go for an hour for 14 hours. Yeah. And sometimes that would go 2 weeks straight. Right, and I was closing deals for this guy and recruiting this guy in, and, blah, blah, whatever. So and I love that, like, to me, because I'm troubleshooting the whole time. Right. What's your money look like? What's your budget? What's your what are you doing? You trying to make money? Why? What's going on? Oh, you got a wedding coming up? 10,000? Oh, no problem. Dude, this, and that, right? Yeah. So to me, I love that.
Got it. Yeah. And so, for the final section, I think which everyone probably really cares about is closing the deal.
Close the deal.
Right.
ABC, right? Yeah. Always be closing.
Always be closing. Always be closing. So we'll start with there. Is there something considered, or are there people that are close happy? That's all they care about. Close, 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 close. And is that good or bad?
Well, it depends on what their motivation is. I think it's great. Begin with end in mind. I want to close. Yeah. Right. But if they're doing it for their own personal gain, it's always about them. Yeah. Number one, that's going to come across to the person. Number two, you're a donkey. Right. Number three, you won't be working in my organization because I don't play that. Yeah. I could go 4 through 10 if you'd like, but you get the point. Yeah. But no, I mean, if at the very beginning, I've already said this is the best product for the majority of the people. Yeah. And if somehow I come across somebody where it's not, I'll let them know. Hey, I can't help you, or, go somewhere, or do whatever. Yeah. So, but if I already know that 100% up front, then heck yeah, it's great to always be closing because you should be closing. Yeah. Because if you don't close, what are you doing? You're not helping them, and you're not helping yourself and your family. Right. Well, who the heck wants that? Yeah. I want to help you, and while I'm helping you, you get to help me. And while you're helping me, I get to help my family. And while I'm helping you, I get to help your family. Right. And while we're helping that, we get to do the economy. And then, right? Yeah. Hey, man, I'm into that stuff, dude. I like it. Yeah. It excites me.
So, when does closing start? Does it start as soon as you get off the phone? Does it start as soon as you get there?
No.
Okay.
It's already a done deal before I ever call you.
Okay.
It's done.
Okay.
I'm already 1,000,000,000% convinced that you need this and you will buy.
Okay.
And if you don't, I'm looking at you like this. Zoom in, Jesus. I'm like, dude, I just broke this down for you as simple as I could. 1 + 1 = 2 every time. And if you ain't buying, you got a problem. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, I'm not going to sell it anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it was from the very beginning. It's done in my mind.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to learn how to sell.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to learn the art of negotiation.
Right.
Everybody needs to learn to be rejected.
Yeah.
Everybody, right? I mean, I'm already convinced, dude.
Yeah.
So if I'm convinced, I could be wrong, but probably not, because I've probably researched it and analyzed it and talked to people about it. They say I can analyze a piece of rice.
Right.
The difference with me and most people that can analyze a piece of rice, they don't ever do anything.
Right.
I analyze and then I go do. And like I told you in the previous one, I got beat up my first 2 presentations.
Yeah.
But I said no more. I'm not into losing, right? And they both bought, by the way.
So you still won.
Well, they won and I won, but yeah, but it was a train wreck.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, when it does come to closing, so hopefully I asked this correctly. Is it you closing, or is it the information that you gave to help close? Does that make sense?
Sure, it's all the above, right? So, like I said, the psychological warfare is that I've already, in my mind, you're closed.
Yeah.
So, but I got to close you on an appointment now. I got to close you on that this appointment's important,
right,
which we talked about.
Yeah.
I got to close you on a pre-appointment routine.
Yeah.
I got to close you to actually get there. And then when I get you there, I'm going to happily involve you. Right? Yeah. I'm going to happily involve you to where you're doing what you're doing right now. You're going to be going, yes, out of your mouth, and you're going to shake your head. Right. And each one of those is what I call the tie down. And so all these little tie downs and all these little yeses will get to ultimately the big yes. Yeah. And I've done it so many times where people are like, where do I sign? Right. I don't even have to say anything. Yeah. Right? But if not, you know, here's trick 1002. When you ask a closing question, that's right, shut your mouth. The next person that opens their mouth loses or wins, depending on which way you want to twist that. Yeah. And just to give you a quick example of that, I was negotiating a huge contract. They were, so the way the insurance business works is you have to have kind of a middleman between you and the insurance companies until you're doing so much, then you can go direct to them, right? Okay. Just like a Walmart, you know, it's going to get a better deal for, I don't know, Frisbees, you know, with Whammo or what, you know what I mean? You get the point. So, you know, I had talked to the second guy in charge and kind of already said, well, I'm not going to drive 2 hours if this number, like if that number is not there, I'm not even driving. Yeah. So he was yippity yapping and running his mouth. So when we got there, obviously he didn't communicate the same thing with his boss. Right. And so his boss threw out a number. And so I got up to leave. Yeah. I didn't say nothing. He said, what are you doing? I said, dude, I wouldn't even have been here for that number. It's insulting. Yeah. So he was like, you know, when you say that to somebody that's worth a lot of money and doesn't need you for nothing, they want you bad because they're like, wait a minute. Right. This dude is different. There's something about him, right? And so, you know, again, in a negotiation, you always go in with a number that is higher than probably what you can obtain. Yeah. But that's not how I'll set it that high, but I'll also try to get there. Right. So we were going back and forth with numbers. And so I love stories, man. I love them. So he says something to me, and I asked the closing question. I said, you know, I said, is it going to be this number or that number? And for 7 minutes, now try this for 7 seconds. Right? We'll go. Seven seconds. Yeah. That's an eternity. Yeah. Right? Like they used to say, like with a fist fight, oh yeah, we fought for 3 minutes. I'm like, you didn't fight for 3 minutes.
You probably fought for 30 seconds.
Yeah, if that. That's a long fight, right? So anyway, and so at the end, I mean, and we were across like a big table, big high rise and all this, and so I asked the question. Well, I had learned this. So so I can't say anything, and so I did stuff like this. right? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So you turn your head, but you're on it. You're a cobra on a mountain.
Yeah.
And so at the end of 7 minutes, this guy, he was so cool. He's a cool guy. His donkey, that was his assistant, or not the assistant, but the second guy in charge was a donkey. But anyway, he said, he goes, "Hey, did you just read that new book that came out on the art of closing?" When you ask a closing question, you're quiet after that. And I go, "Yeah, are we done here?" And we both just started busting up laughing. And I didn't know the guy, but for about an hour of negotiation, we gave a big old hug and high five and whatever. Yeah. And I got the number that I wanted.
Right.
And but that was, to me, that's what life's about.
Right.
That's fun because we both, because it was a brand new book out.
Yeah.
Or brand new trade. Right. We both read it at this the weekend before. So we were both like, we're gonna do what he says. We don't even know if it works yet. We're gonna do what he says. And so anyway, that was one of the most fun deals.
Oh, man, that's funny.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Hit me up, right? Yeah. But the worst thing I can do is go like this. You ready? No. But I'll listen to just about anything, or I'll have some of my guys listen. And if you get by them, then you can get to me.